You have probably been hearing a lot about the term hantavirus. It's related to an investigation on a cruise ship, a Dutch cruise ship, where two people have gotten sick with hantavirus. So I want to break down what it is, how it spreads, and what you need to know about it. So according to the US CDC, hantaviruses are a family of viruses. They can cause serious illness and even death. The US CDC says that hantavirus is primarily spread through contact with rodents, specifically their urine, their droppings, or their saliva. They can also spread through a bite or a scratch, but the US CDC says that is more rare than coming in contact with a rodent's excrement. So we said that hantaviruses are a family of viruses. In the US, according to the US CDC, most of the hantavirus versions that are found here contain or can cause, rather, what's called hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, usually spread by the deer mouse. And the US CDC is clear. Hantavirus, specifically HPS, hantavirus pulmonary syndrome that we just talked about, is a severe and potentially deadly disease. They say symptoms of HPS usually start to show around 1 to 8 weeks after contact with an infected rodent. 1 to 8 weeks. US CDC says those early symptoms can include fatigue, fever, muscle aches, especially in big muscle groups, thighs, hips, back, sometimes shoulders. They also say that about half of all HPS, hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, patients also experience headaches, dizziness, chills, and abdominal problems like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or even abdominal pain. And while a lot of those symptoms sound relatively mild, the CDC says that it's in 4 to 10 days after the initial phase of illness that what they call the late symptoms of hantavirus pulmonary syndrome start to appear. They say that can include coughing, shortness of breath. Patients could experience tightness in their chest as the lungs fill with fluid. The CDC mincing no words about this, saying that HPS, hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, can be deadly. They say 38% of people who develop those respiratory symptoms we just talked about may die from the disease. The US CDC says you can prevent yourself from getting hantavirus, but it involves really thoroughly cleaning any areas that may have been exposed to rodents or their droppings. We know in Maine it is very common to see these types of small wildlife around your home, but we obviously don't know that any single one of them could be carrying hantavirus. So if you want more resources about how to keep rodents away from your home and how to clean up if you find their droppings, you can go to the US CDC's website.